City podcast.
There we go.
There we go. Got everybody ready to go. No technical difficulties tonight, right?
Hope not.
Mr. Petty, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
As always, thanks for being part of Salt City. Thanks for being a part of our program. We really appreciate everything you bring to the table. So, but anyway, let's get things kicked off. Last Friday night, man, rain out. Nick, it was your fault.
I know, man. I should have done that dancing before.
Is that what you call that? Yeah. Anyway, everybody, sorry about Friday night. There was not much we could do. Looking back after it, I do know it was the right call to make. We'd have never got that race in, especially with that second set of showers that hit us from that part. So, everybody, I think we have everybody almost all the refunds done.
Yep. So everything got refunded on Monday when the banks opened back up, and there was a handful, I'm going to say probably a half a dozen or so, where the refunds failed, and I've been able to successfully reach out to most of those people and get them taken care of. So if you don't see anything by the end of the week, put back on your card, because it generally will take 3 to 5 business days, depending on your bank. Please reach out to us, and we'll try to get you assisted.
So anyway, so we know we've processed everything, but if something did slip through the cracks or something didn't electronically do what it needs to do, please reach out to us through, you want to call the store, you want to call the track phone, whatever you want to call the dealership, you want to email us or whatever it might be to reach out to us. We make sure we get your money back, because I do not want to do that. Some of the guys come up to me and ask if they're going to keep the wristbands for the October 5th race. I said, no, we're going to refund everything so everything stays clean and everything else from that part. So once again, sorry about that. Did really want to get that race in really bad to race for the championships. A lot of champions were close.
They were close, within a few points
of each other. So we're going to crown some champions. Which I guess we crowned them. We didn't really get to crown them because everybody had to take off from that part. But that storm blew in awful fast. So is what it is, part of the deal. But
we had a few easy up tent casualties.
Yes, we did. 3 of them to be exact. 3 of them to be exact. That's
part of it.
Part of it again. So anyway, the champs for the first year are
Scott Miller in the stock cars.
Good job, Scott.
Justin Lampy in IMCA Sport Mod.
He's had a great year all over.
He has had a great year. Those are great guys. Love those guys.
Yep.
And Casey Joe Gimmel
in the modified.
So
congratulations.
And November the 16th at the 1861 Club there at the fairgrounds, brand new event facility. We're going to have a banquet. So Saturday, November 16th, put it on your calendars, and we're going to honor all of the racers that attended Salt City Racing in those 3 divisions. And if you had perfect attendance and you attended every race, you're going to get 2 tickets to the banquet for free.
So fantastic. So keep the dates open November 16th for that situation too. And congratulations to all of our champions. Appreciate everyone that raced with us and stuff too. Just wish we could have raced that last race and raced it out, but that's okay.
We've been so fortunate this year with the weather. I guess we were due to roll snake eyes one of these days, but
we did.
Bummer it happened on the last race. So
we get it. So
part of it.
Anyway, Jim, thanks for hanging out with us. What's on Jim's mind today?
Well, I'd like to talk about a fellow by the name of George Behringer. George raced there back in the 30s. He raced for Gulf Oil, and Harry Miller built the cars. He raced at the fairgrounds numerous times, and he still holds over 30 records at the Bonneville Salt Flats. And one of those records he set back in the 1940 was the fastest 500 miles ever ran in an automobile, period. And it beat the fastest Indy 500 by about 24 miles an hour.
Wow.
And that record has since been obliterated, but George was quite the racer in the day.
Where's he from?
Sorry?
Where's he from?
Wichita Falls, Texas.
Wichita Falls, Texas.
He raced up here a lot because he worked for the railroad.
Yeah.
But he was a hardcore Texan when he was he lived in Indianapolis because he raced in Indy 500 7 or 8 years, and when his wife was pregnant, he took her back to Texas so his only son could be born in Texas just before the Indy 500.
Wow.
So one of his cars is on display at a museum down in Wichita Falls.
Very cool.
So what division did he run at the fairgrounds? Probably like a champ car.
The what they would call the big cars.
Yeah, the 100-inch car.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And what they were
Excellent.
running at the Indy at the
Right.
time.
Which was essentially kind of the same car at that period in time.
Exactly.
So
anyway, Jim is full of knowledge, and Jim is working on a little teaser that's coming up here shortly. Not tonight, but he's got something I've asked him to work on for me. So stay tuned for exciting stuff that Jim's going to bring up for some history of the fairgrounds track. So can't wait for you to get that all ready to go, Jim, from that part. And again, thanks for hanging out with us. We always welcome you to be here. You're full of knowledge and always good to listen to, and everything else too of the racing world. And just thank you for being part of our team, buddy.
I'm privileged to be a part of this team. Appreciate it.
Bet. So anyway, hey, Nick and I had a great day, I guess you'd say, right, Nick?
yes, we had a busy day, but it was a great day.
We headed over this morning, and we got to talk to the Reno County Commissioners. We have talked to the City Council a couple times, but we went over and presented to them basically what Salt City's doing. We showed them our impact report that the state had done for the racetrack. It was more of an informative deal to them of letting them know what is going on at the fairgrounds, what's happening. We gave them we gave them all the dates of the races. We gave them all the stats of the races and that sort of thing, and talked about the hotels and how when USAC came, when the hotel room to be available in the city of Hutchinson or McPherson. So I guess they're building another hotel in Hutch, which is good.
Yep. So we'll have some more beds for the next time.
So we had a good meeting with the Reno County commissioners, and we'll see if just looking for support anywhere we can get to keep this racetrack alive in Hutchinson from that part. And so we headed over, met some people over at Asper Radio, and gave them some tickets. So everybody, there's some tickets at Asper Radio for the October 5th race, so you don't want to miss that if you can win some tickets there. Then we headed over and met the Eagle Radio guys and gave them some tickets. So there's some tickets there for October 5th race 2. So might be listening to those radio stations and see how you can win some free tickets from those guys. How about that?
It's pretty awesome.
So then we headed over to Skates and had a little breakfast.
Brunch,
breakfast, brunch, whatever you want to call it.
Can't beat Skates, man.
Can't do it, can you? So then we headed over and had a little meeting with Brian at the fairgrounds and talked to him for a little bit and talked about different stuff coming up. And it looks like October the 15th around 2:00 is going to be our time to talk to the fair board about the contract we put in place. He has read it, the fairgrounds, and he has sent it over to the fair board. So they all have the new contract in their hand, and we just got to go for October 15th and hopefully it'll happen.
Yeah, hopefully we can put it to a vote and get it put to bed right there and get ready for 2025 because I am excited.
I'm too. I feel good about where we're at. I feel good where we're headed. We asked Brian how he was. He said he's good from that part. So I hope there's not much negotiating on the contract we put over. We did change quite a few things in the contract, just so you know. We did put it out there for a 5-year contract to move forward so we can do some other things we want to do. We talked about the other sanctioning bodies we're talking to want to come race with us in 2025. And just so you know, too, we talked about the 3/8 to half-mile track, and I've already said it. The track will stay a half-mile for 2025. And I'm going to be honest with everybody. My opinion is right now, and if someone can change our mind or whatever we can talk about, I think the track always needs to stay a half-mile. I will tell you that if we do shrink it to 3/8, USAC will not be back, and that's been a great event. And I think that's huge that we have those type of racers at our racetrack, and they're excited to come back. I mean, they are ready to go and everything else too. So I don't want to give up that part of the deal too from that part. So it will be a half-mile for 2025. We'll address that maybe mid-year next year and kind of see what's happening.
Yeah, but I think we've kind of proven that we can. That we can prep the half-mile racetrack and get it where it needs to be to kind of cater to the weekly classes as well as the bigger classes. And I think everybody enjoys racing the half-mile, because just the history behind it. And it's just kind of a change from the cookie cutter, 3/8 stuff we have around here, which, there's nothing wrong with that either. Don't get me wrong. But, it's nice to have something and promote something that's different.
Yeah. So, that's kind of our day we had. I thought it was a successful day. Excited for where we're headed. Just can't wait for October 15th to get here so we can sign that contract and we can move forward and we can really kick off some other ideas and other plans that we have up our sleeve to help make that racetrack go. from that part. So been a great year. I can't believe it's almost over. We got one race to go.
Yeah. Before we get to October 15th, we got to get to October 5th, and we're going to have a hell of a night that night. So
Okay, so we've already announced the payouts. We've done that. We know the 3 classes we're going to run. A lot of talk about how many laps. So, Nick, I guess let them have it. What we decided on the lap count already for each race, each class, should say.
Okay, so if you're going to run a stock car or B mod, we're going to have a 20 lap feature for both those divisions.
20 laps. Okay.
A mods will go 30 laps.
30 laps. How about that, everybody? We debated a lot on different stuff. I talked to quite a few racers over there last Friday, especially stock cars and B mods, what they kind of thought. A mods, we were thinking going 50 and having a halfway break and that kind of thing, but I think a 30 lap race is going to be fun and exciting from that part. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, I think 30 laps would probably be just right, for that. I mean, we could go 50, and I think we could go 50 with no problem, but we don't want to, it's kind of the end of the season. Everybody's been racing all year, we don't want to put any more laps on your stuff than I guess you need to,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's kind of that was what we're doing. You want to tell them what we're doing for the A mods, Nick?
Yeah, we're going to run some time trials.
How about that?
This is what Philly has been wanting to do all year.
Mr. Kyler keeps telling me no.
Every week we talk about time trials. We're going to do some time trials. So we're going to do single car qualifying up to 25 entries. If we have more than 25 cars, we will do 2 at a time. But we're going to time trial them, and then we're going to line them up for the heat races based off of their time trial.
And away we go.
So,
Okay, a couple more questions that come at me is a chip rule and there is no chip rule in any classes. It's just let it go. Wind her up if you want to. Blow it up if you want to. I don't care. We're here to have fun, but there is no chip rule in any class.
Send it.
Yeah, there you go. Send it. So there is that. And of course, on saltcityracingllc.com, that's where all the rules. Then there aren't very many.
No, and they're on my Race Pass event also, and posted on our Facebook.
So you can have that happen from that part too. So get on Salt City Racing from that part. The thing I've been asked about is an entry fee. Pit passes are $35. That's all we're charging. We're not charging an entry fee or nothing like that. It's just $35 to get in per person, per driver. And away we go. And it's going to be a redraw kind of a situation. And I shouldn't say a redraw. I'm going to say it's just a draw show. It's not a redraw. I hate the redraw.
Well, you're going to draw for when you go on the racetrack for time trials.
For time trial, but the other 2 classes.
The other 2 classes will be a draw. Yeah,
be a draw.
We'll see how many cars we have and if we do a redraw or not. But
yeah, so
we're kind of a fan of heads up racing, I think.
Well, that's what it's just about. This is bring what you run, and this is what it's about. Just go after it and let it happen. Let her eat.
Yeah.
Like you said.
I mean, Phil and I have been kind of sour about the redraw thing this year because I feel like we've won with Jake. We've won a lot of heat races this year and then redrew like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So we're a little sour about the redraw thing, but
I'm going to get it. Does NASCAR redraw any spots?
No.
Time I checked it, didn't you, Jimmy?
I'm sorry, what?
Did NASCAR redraw any spots after they run? No, they don't do that. No. They qualify and they race, right?
They qualify, they line them up and go.
That's how I think it needs to be. Line them up. I mean, the luck of like we race at Boone, that's a lot of luck on your draw is what that takes to. And I get with all those cars and everything else like that, but a regular every show kind of a situation. Yeah, you win a heat race and you got to start 10th. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody's got different opinions. I get opinions. Everybody's got one like, I get that side of the coin. But
you almost said
we're going to go racing. Heads up. We're going to time trial you A mods, and we're going to go. Same thing on the other 2 classes. You're going to draw. You're going to run your heat race. We're going to line them up. We're not going to redraw and re-invert and all that other junk. We're going to go heads up racing and get after it.
Yeah.
So anyway, what I will tell you, we were over there looking at that racetrack today, and I mean, even though we didn't get a race on it, that was probably pretty good setting that thing up for where it's at because there's plenty of moisture in that track.
It's still pretty wet. So
still over there. So from that part. So it should be fun. October the 5th. Don't miss it. This is the chance for just to bring what you want. So read the rules, check them out, see where you're at, get them over there, and let's go. And this is our last chance to prove to this fair board we need to keep racing over here for years to come. So everybody, this is our last shot to put it in their bells.
Need to pack that grandstands.
Yep.
Exactly right. So anyway, listen to the radio stations over in Hutch. They got the free tickets. Jump on My Race Pass, get your tickets bought in advance, and don't worry if something. I'm not gonna say it. Jump on My Race Pass, or jump on Salt City Racing, get your ticket spot, pre-buy your pit passes if you want to, whatever to save you time when you come to the gate, that sort of stuff too. Yes, it's still card only, even for this show. And let me tell you, after having that rain out, how great that was to be able to refund everybody's money so easy, so efficient, and know that exactly we got everybody their money back in their pocket. So that was another blessing on my side of the point.
Yeah, 100%. It's so much easier. Just clicked a few buttons and away it went. So, but yeah, if you haven't had a chance to race at Salt City yet, get out there on October the 5th. This is going to be your chance. Very few rules. Every car will comply, and let's just make it happen. Let's have some fun. The payouts are good no matter where you finish. So we'll give everybody a chance to make a little money going into the off season.
Yeah. So how's the chat line? We got the chat line all answered up over there. Anything over there? We know chat line or anything?
Rob says, "Hey guys, great seeing you back, Jim." Adrian says hi. James Furman asks, "What will the ticket price for the banquet be?"
Haven't figured that out yet.
Haven't figured that out yet.
Haven't quite figured that out yet. I do. What I will tell you is Charlie over there is going to cater it, and Charlie Griffin's going to have the liquor license for it, for that event. He's excited to do that for us on that part. We have not come up with a dollar amount for ticket entry from that part. All we know so far is that if you raced every race, you're going to get 2 free tickets.
Yep. Let's see. Rad Stefan says, "Happy to hear we don't want to run USAC and we don't want to run off USAC and keep the track alive."
Yep, great.
And then Lincoln Moore says, "I don't like the redraw either."
I'm with you, Lincoln.
With you 100%. Is sprints not going to be there? No, I think we've decided today, talking to Kyler, that we're going to keep the sprint cars off of October the 5th.
Yep, exactly. So it's October the 5th is kind of an open kind of a deal to kind of let it go. We talked about it. We beat it around a little bit, but no sprint cars on October the 5th. We're going to have those 3 classes, and I hope we got a bunch of cars sitting over there ready to go.
Yep.
To have some fun with that and everything else too.
So. Modified stock car special.
There you go. Brandon Miller, what's he saying? I can't
wait.
Me either, Brandon.
Can't wait either.
Can't wait for next Saturday to kick off and go and have some fun with that too. The other thing I thought about too, we didn't talk about to Brian, and I knew he was going to ask us, and I just now thought about it, was maybe whether on the 4th we could have a practice or not.
Yeah, I didn't think about that either.
Okay, we'll kick that around. Stay tuned. If we can get a practice in, we'll get it posted up and let you know if we can do a practice on the 4th. Not sure that can happen or will happen, but we will try to get that done October the 4th. Next thing is, after the races on the 5th, Charlie is going to open up the beer garden after the races. Charlie got another license to do that. Just called me yesterday and said, hey, it's good to go. So let's go when after the races. Charlie and his gang have done a fantastic job taking care of us over there, and can't thank them enough for how great they are to work with and help them out. So let's go patronize them a little bit after the races too.
Yep.
And thank them for everything they've done for the year, and so we can kick off next year from the part. Next thing is all those Dodge City guys, the track prep guys, the safety crew guys, everybody that came from Dodge City Raceway. Hats off to you. Those guys and ladies are top notch. They're the best to help us keep this racetrack going over here and stuff like that. So can't thank them enough at all for everything else they've done to help it make it work.
That whole crew is the best in the business. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they've done a great job for us. Jimmy, anything else on your plate this evening? Surely I can draw you for
trials.
Yeah.
If we were running 2 laps to make 1 mile, somebody would own the track record that Great Barney Oldfield used to own for one mile on that racetrack.
What is that record? Do you remember?
That I couldn't tell you.
We're going to have to find that out.
Back in the teens, so anything we're running now would.
Well, we are doing 2 laps.
Obliterate that.
Yeah, we're going to do 2 laps. 2-lap qualifying.
Well, Jimmy, you need to find out what that record is so we can see. I'd like to know what that record is. Maybe we will, maybe we won't break it or not. I don't know. Somebody couldn't have modified. I don't know. That might be interesting to find out what a mile lap record will be. Okay.
I wonder if his record was under a minute.
Jimmy's digging it up.
I think a modified will run it about 23 seconds a lap. An IMCA mod anyway. But what else? There was something else I was going to say too, and I completely lost it. The beer garden is located behind the main grandstand, and it's huge. And,
he's expanded it,
and it is awesome. If you didn't get that, well, I missed the party Friday night, the USAC race, but
me too.
We're going to this party.
Who's we? You got something in your pocket?
You and me. We're going. And you're going to sing karaoke.
No, I'm not.
Did you tell Charlie the correct whiskey to buy for the banquet?
Yeah, I have not. He doesn't know how good quality stuff is, man.
He's never been in the basement of that liquor store.
I don't know. Some of you know that joke, some of you don't, but that's okay.
If you know, you know.
Okay, what's James Furman say there?
James Furman says open mods means slap some black rims on the 3J. If you can get him to let us put black wheels on the 3J,
Furman,
you're my hero.
Furman.
And Craig asks if Phil is singing.
Nope. Nice try, Craig, and nice try, Furman.
If we get 3 or 4 Crown in the Rocks in you, I bet you'd get up there and sing.
Yeah. Nope. No singing for me, and no black rims on my race car. Shown is what I should say. Sometimes that right front's got a black one on it, but it gets covered up by a mud plug.
He lets us put a black one on the right front, but
chrome,
put a mud cover on
or
it.
go home.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Yep.
Not into the black wheels, Furman, at all. What's Rad say then about NASCAR?
NASCAR has a choose rule for restarts, but no redraw.
That's right. Choose which lane you're going into, which I think that's a good rule. I like that change, so everybody can pick their lane where they're going high, going low, or whatever.
And that's what we'll do. Leader out front, second gets to pick.
Yep.
Rest of field files in.
Yep, exactly right. So, anyway, let's recap real quick as Jim's trying to catch up that record. You find it, Jimmy?
The current record for 2 laps on that racetrack is 55 seconds.
That's about right.
When Barney Oldfield set the record, it was a minute and 16.6 seconds.
But 55 flat is the record?
That's for 2 laps.
Yeah, for a mile. 55 seconds for 2 laps.
Yeah.
We'll beat that.
That goes all the way back to 1909.
So it'd be,
Jimmy, we need to get that printed out somewhere and set it up there for the so we have it out there.
Okay, what else?
Yeah, listen to Furman down there.
I think I saw Jake in the garage taking a black Sharpie to them already.
He would like to. Trust me.
Do we need to tell the wheel cover story?
No, go ahead if you want to.
So we were racing in, I think it was Hayes, and Phil wasn't there. We were getting ready to go on the racetrack, and I actually borrowed a black wheel cover and set it up there because I hadn't put the wheel covers on yet. We were getting ready to go race. I set that black wheel cover up and I snapped a picture and sent it to Phil and said we were ready to race. And my phone immediately rang. He wasn't concerned about if the car was ready to race or if we'd made any adjustments. He was just concerned about the black wheel cover that was on the car. So,
yeah, I was. No kidding. Rob Gertz, what's Rob Gertz got to say down there?
So much history at that track needs to be brought out and promoted heavily. Barney Oldfield, Foyt Unser, and many other big names.
Rob, I can't agree with you more. That's why Jimmy's sitting here. That's why I love having him on the show to bring the stats and the history and everything into this racetrack. And Rob, I appreciate all the inputs you've done. I know you. I think you've been to every race. We got to keep these stands. We got to put more people in these stands. We got to keep this going. This October 5th is our last chance to do this for the Fair Board before we go in October the 15th and get them to sign this contract. So we got to keep it moving. Everybody spread the word. Get your neighbor, get your friend, get your mom, get your dad, whoever it might be. Get them in the stands. And fill this thing up so they know that when they go in there October 15th, it's a no-brainer to sign this contract and go. So
I did stumble onto another little gem. Jack Zink, who won Indy 500 as a car owner back in the 50s, when he won at Hutchison with Emmett Hahn, the super modified, he was just excited and jumping up and down and hooping and holler. It was as big a deal to him as winning the Indy 500.
Yeah, I get it. So, again, Jim, thank you for the knowledge. Thank you for everything you're doing to help keep Salt City racing live in Hutch.
It's not
From
going to
the-
be just live. We're going to thrive.
There you go.
That's it.
Love it. All right, let's recap real quick. Sorry about the rain out from last week. Is what it is. Nick, champions are getting crowned on November the 16th
November
at the
the
1861
16th,
Club is
1861 Club on the fairgrounds in Hutchinson. Scott Miller in the stock cars, Justin Lampy in sport mod, and Casey Joe in the modifieds. And
okay.
pretty excited about that.
And again, banquet November 16th, 1861 Club. Kind of tentatively thinking open the doors at 6 o'clock, dinner at 7, awards at 7:30 is kind of the tough point. If you are a driver and you raced every race with us, you will get 2 free tickets. The ticket count is coming.
Yep.
Charlie Griffin and his crew is going to cater it and take care of us and make sure we're well hydrated at the banquet.
Yep.
Had a great meeting with the Reno County commissioners this morning. And had a meeting with Brian, so we're moving forward with the October 15th signing date of the contract. Hope that plays out very good. Salt City Racing has the website, has all the payouts and everything else too. Nick, the laps we're going to run for each of the October 5th races are
20 laps for B mods, 20 laps for stock cars, and 30 laps for A mods.
And what are we doing in the A mods?
Time trials.
Time trials. The other 2 classes will draw, no redraw. We'll line them up. That's how we're going to do it. So that's what racing is about, in my opinion. Don't like the redraw, never have liked it, is what it is. Everybody's got an opinion, which we all talk about what we want to talk about, right?
That's it. That's it.
Jimmy, you got any more knowledge?
Oh, probably, but we'll save some for next time.
Say some for some more.
There we go.
And again, Jim's working on a little tidbit for me for when I go in October 15th that I can share with the fair board about the history of this racetrack. And I think it's pretty cool what he's working on. So excited to announce that on that night of October the 15th from that part. So everybody, please, let's make sure we fill these grandstands. It's our last race. I can't believe it seems like we just started racing.
Oh, I know. It seems like race season just started, and now it's almost over.
We got our last race next Saturday.
Yep.
And so everybody get on Salt City Racing and get your ticket spot. Buy online, save time, everything else from that part. And boy, howdy, was that an easy thing to do. I shouldn't say easy. It was a nice thing to be able to go back and credit everybody their money back from that part. So please, if you don't get your credit back by Friday, give us a ring or jingle or whatever. It should be there by Friday, I'd
That
say.
race is Saturday, not Friday, right?
It is Saturday, October
Yeah.
5th is Saturday.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So everybody, thanks for watching. Nick, you got any last comments?
I don't
Anything
think
else?
so. You know, we're off this weekend. If you're looking for a race to go to this weekend, IMCA Modifieds in Salina Friday night is $2,000 to win. We'll be there. And if you're out in Western Kansas, the Flatlander at Goodland is going on. I think we plan on taking the 3J out there on Saturday. So,
And then what is 81 racing this weekend?
81 is, I believe, having their final point show on
On a point show at
Saturday
81
night as well. Yep.
Speedway. And then kind of everybody else around us kind of close off,
I
right?
think that's about it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is really kind of the last week for that. Kind of the tracks up in Nebraska are done, everything else too. So everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Please keep the positive stuff rolling for this fair board so we can get this thing done October the 15th. And then Katie bar the door with everything that Nick and I and Kyler is going to have fun with and keep this racetrack alive from that part. Jim, keep the trivia coming at us. Appreciate it very much. And gentlemen, have a great night. Everybody, stay tuned. We'll see you. We'll tune in again Saturday morning at 9 o'clock Under the Hood. We'll see what we're going to be there. I'm not going to be on that show. Josh will be live with, I'm not sure who Josh is going to have on the show with you because we're going to be headed to Goodland.
We're going to be racing.
And we'll tune in next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. We'll probably be at the racetrack because we'll be prepping the track, getting it ready to go. And let's fill those grandstands October the 5th at the last race for 2024. Everybody,
Let's do it.
have a great night. Talk to you soon.